appointment scheduled for. Brandon, how are you today?
Outstanding, Rich. How about yourself?
Great. Good morning to you. You look wonderful, Brandon. I gotta tell you that. You look amazing.
Feel good, strong, trying to be safe, got my space.
That's beautiful, man. I love your smile too. Hey, Brandon, I wanted to talk to you because you got this product that we've been back and forth a long time. You came out to New York, you came to my house, and more or less we're getting our heads around it, right? But I see a great opportunity right now with this competition walk around. And what I see is, how long have you been doing this walk around, this competition walk around, Brandon?
Well, Richie, it would be going back to 2003 is when I first actually presented it to DCH, who I was their training director, and we had some managers that we wanted to assess. DCH was in a growth mode. Most of the dealerships that were not in the New Jersey area, like Long Island or California, trying to get them to see, being the managers, if they were inspecting what they expect from the salespeople to the guests. So the walk around concept started with them. Pretty much, I was pretty fortunate for myself to be a part of walk around competitions for manufacturers. But the way the manufacturers did it was really a dog and pony show complete. No one back at the store actually knew what you did.
Right.
But taking that same concept and making it where it can be used at a dealership can also strengthen other people who would look at it and say, I'm just as good as Richie. I think I'm better than Richie. And now the managers can actually see what they're expecting that they're doing with the guests. So we've been doing it since DCH, but we really put some teeth into it when we came down here with Atlanta with Asbury. Asbury, as you know, is one of the largest manufacturer groups that are out there. And we were blessed to do it with all of their platforms, all of their cities. Would go to a city like St. Louis, where Plaza Motors is at, and those 9 dealerships would compete, come up with one winner, and all of those winners competed here at the headquarters in Atlanta for Asbury. So that's when I knew that I had something. We converted quickly to do sales and for the service advisors, and I've been doing it ever since.
And Brandon, the other thing I wanted to talk to you that makes a lot of sense, right? What you do, right? And here's what's more important. There's 3 points of this. There's 1 point for training, right? There's another point for enthusiasm, motivation, and then there's another point of marketing. All right. And if you notice, I have the clickable brand on my logo up there, right? The reason is because, so let's say we do a walk around, right? Competition walk around. We set it up. Very feasible. And today, Mr. Dealer, why wouldn't you? It's virtual selling cars, right? So let's talk about these bullet points now. Knowing how much training a dealership needs. Competition walk around does that. Okay. We're all assessing, and we'll bring other trainers in with you because you guys are really good at what you do, and we can assess that dealership and really tailored a course to their wants and needs. Now, this is like great. And, and people that don't know Brandon, not a lot of people know Brandon, but people that don't know Brandon can come up with a course at midnight, and by 2 o'clock in the morning, he's got it figured out. That's what he does for a living. Okay. That's exactly what he does. Now, that's one aspect. The other aspect is seeing what they do and then taking a live stream, as well as, with the studio. I can just call them. They can show up professionally. We do all the events, the Republican events, this event, that event. That's what we do on the road. Guess what? We have the whole studio live streaming, and we can record an entire event, uploading on their Facebook, get them their custom audience through Clickable, right? Because we have partners with Facebook and data partners, especially IHS, right? Now understand something. Imagine the magnitude of that. All right. How important that is. Okay. So that being said, okay, it's a big opportunity. Okay.
Mhm.
We're developing, Brandon and myself are developing a website, right? It should be up in the next few days. And this is very lucrative, right? Dealer, just know something. The more people that know you out there on your live stream, seeing the value, talk about increasing your retention, talk about increasing your productivity. Hey, man, let me tell you something. It's a very big thing. I mean, that's one of the biggest things I've seen in a very, very long time, right? And now today, dealers need it.
Mhm.
Okay. Everybody is trying, especially in New York. I don't know what the rest of the country is, but I live in New York. Okay. So I get all these emails all the time. I gotta tell you something. It's bad, very limited. I mean, if you I don't I'm scared to look at the registrations that are gonna be in a report in the next 60 days in the New York market. I'm petrified to see that, you know? Really scared. So, Brandon, I want to talk to you about what your thoughts are launching this product and how a dealership can reach out to you.
Okay. Here's the thing, which is not going to change, Rich. We are in a dire situation right now, but we're Americans. We've been through it before. We'll find a way to get through it. But if I'm trying online now, since I have the time to be home or in my virtual office there with that, I'm going to look at your website a little bit more thoroughly. And whatever you say, I'm going to believe moving forward with you or eliminating you. The biggest thing that most dealerships are not taking advantage of now is having their people do a walk around. They have the time with the product to actually get it done. But here's the thing that I've noticed. If you can qualify, ask high gain questions, however you want to put it with that, the walk around just solidifies that I was listening to your needs, wants, and desires, and I've matched the vehicle with all the packages in the right trim level that the guest is asking for. So, Rich, now that we know we've done that, here's the thing, and I know it's the same up there in Long Island. When salespeople present a product, no matter what the footprint is, feature, advantage, benefit over the competition of what the guest is looking for, here's where we fall short. If you told me that safety was important, and I just told you, well, comes with some seatbelts, comes with some cameras, and you move on to something else, you don't set yourself up to ask that question that I saw you had there in your stream before that. And the question was getting an answer, a positive yes, because if we get the yeses, we go down the trail. The walk around is designed for you as a sales professional to get and solidify that yes from the guest. Besides that, a walk around gets the customer involved by touching, by pushing, by taking the fob. And we do know that when we have mental ownership, we're going to be further when value selling comes around. So a walk around, Richie, has a whole lot of benefits. All depends what that desking manager, all depends what that hiring manager is looking for from that sales consultant. Now, is it designed for a new hire? I would put it in because now they're getting the right processes at the beginning being done. Can it be used for your existing people? It's extremely well for existing people because the biggest thing that most desk managers don't know is what they're saying to a guest when they're away from them. And most walk-arounds, as you do know, are out in a delivery area or out on the lot, and the managers are away from earshot. So when it comes to a walk-around competition, here's where I, as a hiring manager or GM or a desk manager, can hear what my sales representative is saying about my organization, about my manufacturer, and about my dealership. So it's very relevant even today. We're out in the area or out on the lot. And the
Brandon, you there?
still here.
Okay, I just lost you a minute. But anyway, you know what I also want to talk about, Brandon? Everything you said, right? with this competition makes a lot of sense, right? The dealer's going to look at it like this, but wait a minute, why? Let's say it's a high ticket item, right? Let's talk, let's talk about 20 grand for an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but with 20 grand, we train your salespeople, we motivate your salespeople, right? And a real walk around, not these walk arounds that I'm seeing that are like, taking a video with a salesman and just doing a walk around. That's not a walk around, guys. This is a walk around in steroids. Train your salespeople, right? Get co-op from the factory with Clickable because we're doing the marketing behind it. So really, in the real truth of the matter is the walk around's very, very light. Then you got your salespeople all over social media showing clips of this, right? And they have customers. I got right now 10 salespeople that I've been helping with social media. Yesterday, I had Doug. Doug's company would be one of the companies out in Michigan that would do it. All right. Other guys, like I got other guys in Texas that would do this. You know why? Because in these states, it's all about selling cars. In New York State, I don't know what it's about, but they're not interested. And I've been trying to help them, but they, you can't counsel the uncounselable, right? So what I try to do with that is, I leave them do what they do. They need me, whatever. I'll be more than happy to help them out, but it's not my real area, right? Even though I've been out here a long time, it doesn't matter, So anyway, that's a big value, and I've already talked. So imagine a walk around. We do live stream with the studio, but here's the thing. At the same time, you got these social media salespeople which have tremendous talent. Every time I talk to one of them, I see more and more opportunity. If you're not on the 30 car group, right, let me tell you, you should be on there because these guys are the most talented guys. Fran Taylor did a tremendous job because he is that good with this group. I learn from this group. I learn from Fran Taylor all the time. You know how I am. I'm always looking for mentors, more mentors. The more knowledge I have, it's just going to make me more productive, right?
Sure.
Brandon, and I've learned throughout the years so much from you, but the one thing that I do know is you are top-notch trainer and you can create courses, okay, to help the dealership. So now let's see, you get training, you get advertising, and it's co-opable, and you train your people, you motivate your people, and bottom line, what does a dealership care about? Selling cars.
Okay.
That's it. I don't care what service you have. If you ain't selling cars, you're not out there. You're not nobody, okay? I learned that from Shop Smart. You know what? Bottom line is you're going to sell to a dealer when you give them leads. That's bottom line, okay? You can say marketing, this, Clickable, looks. You can come up with all these things. Dealership just hires you based on results today. End of story. There's no more story, guys. The stories are over, okay? That's the truth. So when you give that to a dealership, that's value. So this walk around, I want to introduce in states like Texas. I want to introduce this in Michigan. Doug's company is a big, big company that would do this. They're an auto group, right? This is for the automotive group. Now, on the marketing side, Brandon, as you know, I'm with Look Smart and Clickable, right? So we run ads based on big data and big data only. Audience and big data. So our conversion is going to be much greater than anybody else, right? Because we spend the time and the money in data, and that's what we use, okay? So bringing this to the dealership, it's a great solution in what's going on today, right? How long does it take to coordinate a walk around like this? Doug is watching, to create this. How long does it take?
On average, Rich, if we're talking about multiple points versus a single point, It can be done in a week, getting everything done. As long as the people respect time and they're ready to go and there's no dead air anywhere, we can get it done in a week.
And
See,
what's great about Brandon, guys, is one thing. Brandon can coordinate everything. Richie doesn't, because Brandon has access to basically everything I have access to, the studio. He's got the emails. He can communicate with the studio, coordinate it, put everything together. So the guy to get a hold with this product is Brandon, right? Because as you know, I'm busy and sometimes I drop the ball. I don't mean to, but I do a lot of stuff during the course of the day, Brandon. You know that you've been with me, right? So be honest with you, that's why I have guys like Brandon around me. And that's why I have people, because they can just handle everything. I don't have to worry about it. You know, I just, put it to whatever, and just Brandon can run with that ball. When he can set up an email, he can do everything, and invoice and all that. He's got access to all that. So he can coordinate everything for everybody, right? And that's great, because that's what Brandon does, In a team, every player is different. Not everybody could be a home run or a pitcher, right? So it's all about the team concept. So I think that right now I have a few opportunities, Brandon, that I want to introduce you to. And the guys from the 30 Car Group, if you're watching this, message me so we can get this together. I already have a form made that's going on our website for this product. So let's review, Brandon. You can set everything up, let's say within 7 to 10 days, right?
Correct. Depending on how many points.
All right. Let's say it's the product's going to be a little bit pricey, but it's really not. It's not pricey when you do more than 3 auto groups together, like you did it for the Jim Ellis, right? Or 3 or 4 auto groups together, right?
Correct.
So it's not that expensive.
No.
Okay, so we can do that. And the other thing of that is you're going to sell cars online with this product, because you don't have to just hit Georgia. I mean, Brendan, why don't you share with us what Jim Ellis did? How many cars did they sell off premises through the online platforms?
While we were on competition through the live stream, they picked up an additional 40. The second year we did it, got additional 60, because people are tuning in, watching, wanting to learn and purchase from the person that they saw that was going through the competition.
Right.
Now, one thing I shouldn't leave out, there may be somebody watching and looking and saying, well, you know what? I really need help on the service side. We also do it for service advisors and the service managers. Right.
And the other thing, Brandon, is, so let's say we get a dealership and he's not fully e-commerce. I'm partners with Magento. If you look up Magento and you want an e-commerce site, they charge you 26 grand. Well, guess what? I'm partners with them. I have their API. I build it right on my server. Okay. So I have the plugin to get any dealership online, e-commerce. Okay. And I also have a network of auto transporters, right, that dealers can use. Number 2. Number 3, the finance aspect. I'm in the process communicating with different vendors for that. So we're setting up a few processes, but for the most point, I can get a dealer e-commerce Magento site that goes for 26 grand. Okay, I can get them up and running in 48 hours. Let's say Jim Ellis Jim Ellis Auto Group, right? .com. Boom, Magento. Okay, Magento is the best plugin. If you search e-commerce for automotive dealers, search that. We made that partnership while on the quarantine with my partner Michael Onhai. We made a partnership, LookSmart and Magento together. Boom, and now I got all their access to all their APIs, so I can build like websites just like on Magento, because I have their platform in my servers.
Beautiful.
Okay, so we did that. I'm only building that for dealers that do the walk around. Okay, other dealers got to pay top money, much cheaper than Magento, but they got to pay me. But I'm doing that service to move this walk around. So the walk around let's go over what we talked about. The walk around has the training, assess, okay? And we all know something. Analyze, assess, and prescribe. Where did I learn that? From my good friend, Dr. John Menarche, when we were at Polk, okay? At a very young age. He trained me like there's no tomorrow, okay? Richie, analyze, assess, and subscribe. You got to do that within a matter of 30 seconds in any situation. All right. And Stephen Polk backed that up. And Richie, in any situation, you know what that means? Anything in your life, you got to be able to do that. So let's really assess this. You get training. The trainers are able to watch what your staff is doing. We can develop a course that fits your wants and needs. And what's not going to happen? We know the weak points. We're going to only bring in the strengths. And we're going to take your team members and train them professionally. Right? One. Number two, we're going to get you the exposure out there in the marketplace with custom audience. How do we get custom audience? IHS. Period. All right. There's 1.2 to 1.4 million new car buyers in the market every 30 days. Every 30 days. That does not include the first-time buyers. Okay. Great. We're going to sell you more cars than you've ever sold before. Third, you're going to get training. You're going to sell cars. And you're going to get exposure as a professional dealership, how seriously you take your staff and how serious you take your consumers on the walk around. And we want to invite Dealer Rater. I think Dealer Rater is one of the best platforms out there that has helped the reputation of dealerships. I have a whole segment on that. And you remember when I was doing the show, the TV show. By the way, that's going back on the air on the 27th. Hopefully, I should be able to film, but that's going back on the air. But now you're hitting every platform and everything you can imagine. Retention, your social media salespeople, training, and you're getting co-op money because you're digital. Right. And you have an opportunity right now, Mr. Dealer, to change the way you've been doing business. Go online. Wouldn't you like, Mr. Dealer, for this thing not to affect you? Listen, I'm in the catering side and I'm in the automotive side. Has it really affected me and the studio? No. Why? Because for the last 6 or 7 years, I partner up with LookSmart and Clickable, and people are still doing ads in different industries, but they're still doing ads. Actually, in the car business, the ads have not really dropped. The ads have increased on social media. So guess what? Ha, ha, ha. Yes. Hurt a little bit, but still doing business. Mr. Dealer, you should be setting up the same situation. Okay, because if you're not and you're only depending on one side, there's a saying, okay? You can't rely on one flow for your cash, okay? So I'm just going to tell you that right now, that it's very important for you to have multiple stream of revenue, because when you have one stream of revenue, what happens is you're done. D-O-N-E. People in the past says, Richie's all over the place. Oh, yeah, I'm all over the place. Ha, ha. That's good that I'm all over the place. But you know what? So is a lot of entrepreneurs all over the place, because you need to, in case something happens. Who knew this was going to happen? But you know what? If you have multiple revenue streams, you're always okay. You know, you're not well off, but you're okay. You're able to survive, and that's what matters. I don't want to be rich, man. I just want to be able to I want to wake up every day and turn 10 cents into $1. That's it. I live in a very humble place. I'm a very humble guy. I don't wear a lot of clothes and stuff. I'm not interested. You know what? I just want to wake up in the morning. Oh, today I met Brandon. I started with 10 cents. I'm able to get 60 cents. You know what? Every penny counts. You know, stay humble and stay hungry and stay like that. I take baby steps. because baby steps is what makes you grow. It's not those big giant steps, because you take those big giant steps and you fall down, guess what? You're going to fall down hard. So, you know what? Every day, take a little bit as it comes, Brandon. And Brandon, I think this product's really good. Brandon's got an email. Brandon, you want to share your email?
Sure. Brandon Hardison, CPO, the number 5 at Gmail. So once again, Brandon Hardison, C as in Charlie, P as in Paul, O as in Orange, the number 5 at gmail.com.
Brandon, what is your number? 407
404
404
394
394
8285.
Walk around. My typing is not the best. You know that, right? The other day I had somebody that's a new follower that's in the car business, young guy, says, you really can't write. I said, no, I really can't. I'm dyslexic. I apologize. Walk around, Brandon. I'm sorry, guys, but I really, that's why I have certain people write stuff for me, because that's just the right way, But Brandon, I really enjoyed talking to you, and I put your number up. The website should be done either by Friday or over the weekend. So we got all your content, because it's all your content. So we're branding that like that. And I also have the clickable stuff on there because we do reporting a lot. That's what our biggest thing is. So dealer, when you have that, we do all the reporting. So I'm making a page about our reporting in our dashboard that a lot of agencies across the country have it, but in Florida, Fort Lauderdale is a very, very big agency there, one of the biggest agency, and they use our platform, and Orlando uses. So we have a lot of agencies, because what we are is automation and artificial intelligence, but we also do the reporting part. So we got agencies that have car dealers, but it's everything. These agencies have all kinds of different businesses, pet stores, local business, anything, organizations, nonprofits. That's what they do, right? They're advertising agencies. So, and we have analytics, and I'm going to be putting those analytics to the car industry so you see what those numbers are. So, dealer, it doesn't really make sense for you to hire somebody and do marketing when you can do the 3-in-1: training, motivation, marketing, and sell more cars than you've ever sold before. What do you think about that, Brandon?
Sounds great. It's a win-win.
It's a win-win. And the beautiful thing, it's co-opable. Look Smart and Clickable did the research with the OEMs, and because it's social media, it's co-opable. So now you have a chance to co-op training. I mean, you know how many years it's been that people have been talking about, wouldn't it be great if a new car franchise, the OEMs, can co-op training? Doesn't exist. So what happens is you got to go through their General Motors training or their Ford training, right? And then that's co-opable, but independents are not co-opable. So now we have an opportunity to be co-opable, which is great. And trainers, just let me tell you something, reach out to us, right? Because we have the product. We're trying to do this, and we're going to do this, okay? And jump in on this opportunity and get your stores to do this, because now you just added value to what you do. Hey, let's face it, in New York, the pavement is hard to do training right now, because who are you going to train? The cars? And in New Jersey, the same way. Get on this program because you can get residual income. And in other parts of the country, I hear that they're selling cars. I don't know, but that's what I hear. Okay, New York is really, really shut down. And Michigan got shut down. It's in the process of getting back up, and they're working on certain areas. Ohio, the same thing. But you know what, guys? Let me tell you, get on this game, because this is really, really the real deal. This phone goes crazy. So, Brandon, listen, I love having you. You're unbelievable. And throughout the years, I've learned so much, right? And one day, I mean, I'm going to have enough money to hire you and be with you 12 hours a day because you have so much knowledge in that head of yours that there's no way that I'm going to ever let you leave my life.
Appreciate it, Rich.
The day you leave my life, I leave with you. How's that? I love you, Brandon. You're like the best out there. But enjoy your day, Brandon, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, be safe.
Be safe. God bless. Bye-bye.